God damn. Still got a little bit of a cough. Okay, so I just had dinner. Excuse me. Had just Subway tonight, and I had some pho for lunch. So I guess it's something somewhat healthy, right? You had pho, and then you had a Subway sandwich for lunch without a soda. You know, I don't like having soda before I go to sleep, man. I just don't. Soda don't rock with me, man. It keeps me up. Like I can have some chips or whatever before I go to sleep, because that's what I had with my sandwich. But soda just gonna keep me up a little longer. You know what I'm saying? What's up with it? What's up with it, Sean Breezy? Yeah, man. See, it's a situation that you can't control, man. What I mean by that is that, you know, you can't control your single status, you know. You can't control that, man. You know, I can't just automatically jump into a relationship because I want to. You know what I'm saying? Two parties got to come together and say, yeah, we in a relationship together. You feel what I'm saying? You can't say, bitch, come on, get into a relationship with me. Yeah, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It does not work like that. You know. But it's been a long time since I've been in a relationship, man. Shit, I don't even know what it feels like to be in a relationship anymore. I don't know what it's like to like hold hands with a girl and go to the movies, get popcorn, you know, get a little bit of candy or something on the side, and then watch the movie, like maybe some licorice or something like that. And you sit back with your girl in the movie theater and sit back, you know, watch the movie with your girl, man. I used to do that when I was in a relationship. I can't do it now. That's why I'm like, okay, we need to like bring this body fat percentage down low. You know, that's why I'm not drinking tonight. As you can see, I'm not. I did a lot of heavy drinking last night. I don't want to do it two nights in a row, man. I'm serious about, you know, bringing this body fat percentage down low. You know, and attracting females, man. You know, I'm getting old and I'm scared of being old and alone. You know, you feel me? You get tired of it, man. You get tired of being by yourself. You feel me? And you can't control it. You know what I'm saying? You're missing out on love. Yeah, I don't even know what it's like to be in love anymore. That's the sucky part about it. You know, to have feelings for a female, you know, and she got feelings for you. I ain't experienced that in a long time, man. You feel me? So I can't control that, man. Like I said, two parties gotta come together and say, hey, we in love with each other. Man, I haven't had that in years. We talking about back in 06 when me and my girlfriend came together and fell in love. You know, that was the last time I fell in love with a female. And we broke up in 2017, right? So no, I haven't felt any type of love or anything for the last like decade, man, or more than a decade. Shit, you know, I haven't had a love story in a long time. You know, like the Titanic or Poetic Justice. You know what I'm saying? You know, I haven't experienced that in a long time. And you kind of miss being in love, you know? You feel me? What's up with the Ranger Rick? You know, I want to be desired too, bro, by a woman. I want to be desired too. That's why I'm trying to bring this body fat percentage down lower. I'm gonna stop all that heavy drinking and get on a diet, man, and lose some weight. Well, I mean, I'm already in somewhat shape, but I can lose some more body fat percentage. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like I'm at low percentage body fat. Right now, I'm at a respectable body fat percentage, you know? But we could get lower here, you know? So I ate like a sandwich tonight, Subway. I had pho for lunch. So I had 2 healthy meals, you know. I guess you could call Subway healthy. I put some spinach and stuff, and olives, and tomatoes. I had a spicy Italian, you know, with the pepperoni and the salami together, you know. Had some cheese up in there. You know, I want to be desired too. Like that's why I'm trying to like. I feel like I got another shot at love of finding a female, and I can't do it if my body fat percentage is too high. Well, I mean, I got a better chance at finding love and finding a female if I lower my body fat percentage as much as I could. I stay about 10 or 11%. You see what I'm saying? And I can't control the situation, but I can see if I can manipulate the situation. You know what I'm saying? By just lowering the body fat percentage, man. That's all. You know. Yeah, I don't want to be in a relationship with a woman that's just tolerating you too, man. You know. You know. I don't want to be in a relationship with a woman who's below my looks level. You feel me? She below my looks level. I just don't. I'm sorry. I'm desperate, but I'm not that desperate. I want a female that's at least average looking at best. And that's hard to find. Some motherfuckers will never find love, man. That's a sad case right there. You know? Some dudes are doomed. Like that one guy, Kirk Jackson, the one I blocked. He will never fall in love, bro. Not in this lifetime. He don't even know what it's like to be in love. I know what it's like. I know what I'm missing. So when you know when you're missing, you kind of want to straighten up. You know, stop all the drinking and stuff. Lower your body fat percentage. And stay there. Keep your body fat percentage lower, you know. Meaning that you got to cut back on the carbs and the drinking and stuff like that so you can attract. Shit, women do it all the time, man. I remember this one chick I was dating, the fat chick, right? And, you know, she was talking about, ooh, I don't want to lose too much weight because these black guys, they might not like me. That's what she said, bro. You know. She's really into black men. She was a Filipino chick, man. You know. She's like, oh, I don't want to lose too much weight. I don't want to lose too much weight. I want to lose weight, but I don't want to lose too much weight. So women do it too, man. Look their best so they can attract a mate, attract a man into their life, you know? So you got to do it too, man. You don't have to be at an unhealthy body fat percentage. I say at least 10 or 11% body fat. Getting old and shit, man. I'm worried about the future. You feel me? I'm getting all kinds of old out here. You know? At the same time, get the bag and have a family, you know? Like I understand that I can't control the situation. I just want to manipulate it. You know. I tell you, man, you gotta start saying no. You gotta start saying no to the women you're not attracted to. Stop going out with women that you're not attracted to because you're desperate. That's what I'm gonna stop doing. If she's overweight, I say no, no thank you. Because why do I have to settle for a woman that I'm not attracted to? Because I'm desperate, I need to get sex. You know, so I'm not attracted to big women. That's something that I'm not attracted to. You feel me? If I'm working out, she's working out too. We both have to work out together. Unless she got some flawless genetics where she don't have to work out like the Stacy's and shit. The Stacy's got flawless genetics. They don't have to work out. They look good. You know, Chad don't have to work out, you know, because of his genetics, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I don't want to be forced into a relationship with a woman that I'm not attracted to. She must be at least average looking, and she got to have a big behind or a medium size behind. I'll take medium. I'll take a medium behind. She must got curves. You know, she gotta have curvy. She don't have to be the most beautiful woman in the world because I'm not the most handsome man in the world. Just average looking, around 5 or 6 in the face. That's good enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking too much, bro. I'm not out here talking about, yeah, nigga, I want an 8, 9, or a 10. I'm not out here saying that. I know that I'll never get the top tier females unless I got money. You hear what I'm saying? That's the only way I'll get a top tier woman, if I got the butter, you know? But the booty gotta be there. For me to be in a long-term relationship, the booty gotta be there. The titties gotta be there. She gotta have both. The titties don't have to be extra large, but they just need to be there. You feel me? That's how you gotta look at it, man. You know? The reason why women don't have to settle because they got a lot more options than we do. Women have always had more options than men, bro. You know? Even before the internet. And when men, we can't get the woman that we desire, so we settle for big old fat women, because big old fat women, the The competition is not that fierce for them, you know? The competition is not that fierce for them. It's not that competitive to get a fat woman. You know, like the female that I dated at the beginning of the pandemic, you know, Chad and Tyrone, not fucking with her. You know, she's sub 5. And her breath stink. Boy, trying to kiss her and stuff, that breath is not good. That breath was on hum, bro. You know, who is this troll up in here, man? You know. What? Who the hell is in here, man? Is that a troll? You know. What's his name? Goated throat? What the hell? Goated throat? Who is that dude, man? Oh, who is that person? You know. So, my thing is, just work on yourself, man. That's it. You feel me? We just gotta work on ourselves. We can't control the situation that we're in. You know, we can't control that. Like I said, it has to be two people coming together saying that we're in a relationship. We love each other. But can't do it on your own, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't just force a bitch into a relationship with you. I already spent a lot of my life single already, which I'd rather be in a relationship right now at this point with a female that I'm actually attracted to, not sub-5 stalker type females. Sub-5 stalker, I was not attracted to her like that. She started acting a fool. That's what made me cut her loose, man. And after that, she stalked me, man. So those type of women, you gotta stay away from, man. I definitely don't go nowhere near sub-5 women nowadays. Nowhere near. There's this female that wanted to approach me. She was sub-5. Definitely, bro. And I walked away. I was right outside my little camp area, right over here, man. And she felt like it was okay to approach me and shit. And I'm like, did I give you the fucking green light to approach me like that? So she tried to walk up to me, and I went back in the garage, and she went the other way. She tried to go in the garage that way, and then I went back outside the garage like, look, I don't want to talk to you. You have a sub-5 face. Her face is jacked, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, her face is like a 2. It's like at the bottom. I can't see myself on top of her, pumping on her and shit like that. I gotta look at her face. No, I'm good. She don't even have the body type that I like. No, I'm not gonna sell myself short like that, man. I done had a few sub-5 females try to approach me, and I'm shooting them down because I'm like, I don't want the same thing that happened to me last time. I don't want that to happen. You feel me? You know. What? Yeah. You know what, bro? There's always an exception to the rule, Green. Like if she has an attractive face and she got the tits and the ass to go with her fat, yeah, I'll date an overweight woman like that. Yeah. But she gotta have the tits and the ass to go with it. She can't be flat. She can't be built like a plumber, you know what I'm saying? just, like an egg or some shit like that. You know. Yeah, I don't want that. I'm good with that. But she can't look like Humpty Dumpty, bro. Shaped like an egg or something. With no curves and stuff. Oh no, can't do that. And her face is sub 5. That's a horrible combination where she's fat and she's sub 5 on top of that. That's a no-go for me. That's a red light for me, you feel me? That's a red light for me. I can't go that route. And that's what that female was, bruh. The one I dated at the beginning of the pandemic. The stanky breath. I'm gonna call her Miss Stanky Breath because her breath was on hum. I think it was because of her braces or something. She needed either to get them cleaned or get them removed or something. But all I know, she kept chewing on gum like I didn't notice. Or she was trying to keep me from noticing. But I could still smell the stanky breath even though she was chewing on gum. And just her, I think she told me it was her braces. So you can't have stanky breath. You feel me? Like, you can't have stanky breath. I can't kiss a woman and be in a relationship with a woman that got stanky breath. You know what I'm saying? She tried to give me an ultimatum before we split apart, and I didn't give her an answer. I said, no, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. You feel what I'm saying? I'm good with that relationship stuff with you because you're not even on my looks level. If you look at me, I'm pretty much buff, and you're not buff, you're fat, and you're not on my looks level. You feel what I'm saying?
Wait.
Every time she used to FaceTime me, and I looked at her face, I'd be like, oh, what am I doing? I'm like, what am I doing right now? I'm like, ew. And every time I used to have a mean mug when she used to call because I wasn't happy with her. This is not what I'm used to dating. You feel what I'm saying? I'm used to dating women, that are cute, at least, not highly attractive, but cute, Like my ex-girlfriend, she was cute. My girlfriend before that, she was cute, She wasn't sub 5. My girlfriend in Brazil, she was cute and thick, Who else? The women I dated, they were just average from 5 to 7. Between 5s and 7s, bro. That's what I'm used to dating. I'm not used to dating women who are beneath me. You know what I'm saying? And you think in your head like, God damn, I'm so desperate. I might as well take this fat whale and try to have sex with her. But nope, my dick wouldn't even get hard on the second time we had sex. She invited me to a nice hotel too. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have sex the whole entire night. I couldn't get it up. My body's not used to that. That's why I say when you say, Chad and Tyrone are fucking land whales, no they not. Maybe BBWs, some women could get away with it, you know what I'm saying? They ain't fucking no sub 5 women. You can't go from like fucking Stacy's to like fucking sub 5 real wildebeestes and shit like that. Think about Hollywood. You ever see some of these celebrities with sub 5 women? Hell no. They all got dime pieces. 8, 9s, and 10s. And they don't go beneath that either. You know, even though what's his name, he complained about it. What's his name? Uh, what's his name? Shit, I can't right now. Tyrese. Okay, I can't believe I forgot his name for a minute. Tyrese complaining about the women, not him, and it being a. Okay, now. You know, so he's complaining about the relationships that he's in. It's not authentic. It's not, you know, it's not real. It's fake. It's transactional. This is what Tyrese was saying. But what did he do after he got divorced by Samantha? He went back to a top tier female. He didn't go start dating his looks level, bro. He went and got what's her name? Zelly, okay? So, once you get beautiful women, once you used to fucking beautiful women and seeing tight bodies in front of you, you're not gonna want anything else, okay? That's why I say Chad and Tyrone is not fucking, you know, women who are under 60s and shit, man. You know, maybe he'll toy around with the six. He'll toy around with her and toss it to the side, break her heart and everything. You know what I'm saying? But he's not Chad is not a fucking women who are beneath him, like way beneath him and shit. Like a big old whale. Matter of fact, he makes fun of those type of women. You feel me? You know, he talks about those type of females. Chad only got eyes for Stacy's, bro. Chad and Tyrone only got eyes for top tier women. That's all they deal with. I mean, think about it. If you had money, wouldn't that be all you dealt with was top tier women? If you had a lot of money, hell fucking yeah. If she was average looking, you'd be like, no, I had better than that. I don't want to sink down low. Just like everybody's asking, how come you didn't? Everybody's asking Leonardo DiCaprio, why didn't you marry Rose from the Titanic? Because you guys had something together. You guys had something going on behind the scenes of the Titanic movie. And he was like, she was never mine, bro. I never, you know, I had relationships I was in and out of. There was always a model somewhere, you know, that top Rose from head to toe, man. Rose was like a 7 in looks in the Titanic, man. You know, to me, she wasn't an 8, 9, or 10. She was just a 7. Matter of fact, she was below his look level. You know, she was below, you know, she was below Leonardo DiCaprio's looks level. So, he was too busy with other better looking women, bro. And he's still dating 8, 9s, and 10 to this day. You'll never see Leonardo DiCaprio walking down the street with a big old fat whale, bro. That's not gonna exist, bro. Like I said, once you are dating the Stacys and the Keishas, bro, that's all you're gonna want. Trust me on that. You're not gonna want overweight women, bro. You know, those gonna get discarded, man, and get rejected quick. Because then when you get the money, you can afford to have standards then. That's the thing about being rich, man. You get to have standards. It's kind of hard to have standards when you got very little options. You feel what I'm saying? Unless you want to have long droughts. You know? Yeah, I got very little options, but I got standards. Oh yeah, you're going to be in for a long drought. You know, that's how some dudes are, bro. Some dudes, they're not going to settle. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even though they got very little options, they refuse to settle. That's me too, man. You know what I'm saying? There's some YouTubers like that. Short ball guys like that. You know, short bald guy don't like fat women, you know. And there was another guy like that. What's his name? Swaggy Alt or whatever his name is. Swaggy Al. You know. And he's like that. He got very little options, but yeah, he's picky. you know. You know. You know, if men don't build anything, they get the bottom of the scraps, man. You know. If you're not a celebrity, if you don't have status or money, you get scraps. Society is fixed that way. I hope you know. You can see that, right? How you get scraps if you don't build anything. And then when you don't get the bag, there's a good chance that you might grow old and alone. And me, I'm going to be honest, bro. I'm tired of being alone, bro. I want a relationship at this point in my life. But I can't control that. You know what I'm saying? You know. You know. You know. You know, I just want my face match, really. If I am going to be in a relationship and if I'm broke and I don't have no money, I would like to have my face match. I don't want women who are below me in looks. I'm just going to have to keep saying no to that. You curse your children dating down, bro. Like, you dating a woman with bad genetics. What if children are involved? What if you accidentally knock her up? You know what I'm saying? Then your children are going to be born sub-5 and they're not going to have good lives. So you better not even create an incel, you know? And I didn't check out Heat and Seced's latest live stream, but he's talking crazy right now, man. Heat and Secede is talking mad crazy right now. And that comes from being isolated for many years. You're not going to be all there mentally if you are isolated. You feel what I'm saying? If you haven't had a girlfriend in like many years, you're not going to, you feel what I'm saying? You're not going to have, sit down. You're not going to be all there, man. You know what I'm saying? He's talking crazy because he's been isolated. I told you. Oh man. Shit. You're not gonna be all there in the head if you you know, if you've been isolated for a very long time. You're not. Matter of fact, isolation is not good. It's not healthy for your mind. If Heat Secede would have had a girlfriend throughout the years, he wouldn't be that way. He wouldn't be talking crazy like that. We'll drink some water, man. He had been talking normal, man. You feel what I'm saying? You know. But he hasn't had a girlfriend in a long time. He hasn't felt love. You know, he hasn't been, you know, not even, he hasn't even had a companion or somebody that he could talk to. He's been with his dad and isolated, man, and you know, I don't know what books he's reading, where he's getting this information from that he's talking about in his lives, but it don't sound right to me, and yeah, he's lost it in the head, man. So he's never gonna be the same. He's not gonna he's not gonna get out of that, man. Eventually, it's gonna lead to like, I hate to say it about the brother, he needs to see, but eventually it's gonna lead to like death at this point, man. Because you know, I just, you know, I don't want to say it. I don't want to jinx him, but he's heading down a really dark path. You feel what I'm saying? He's heading down a really, really dark path, and he might not. Just put it this way, man. He might not make it to 40. You feel what I'm saying? The way he's talking and all that other stuff about some spiritual stuff. You know what I'm saying? That I'm like, I heard that shit when he was making an ass of himself in public with them chicks. You know, he was in that store with them chicks. Remember? And he was like, "Are you familiar with the spiritual realm?" I'm like, what? Like, yeah, that don't sound right. Yo, mental health will decline over the years. Remember I told you my mental health has left the building too, man. But I'm not crazy like he. You know what? It hasn't hit me as hard as he succeed. You know, my mental health has been fucked up for the last several years. Okay, I haven't been with a girl in a long time, so I can understand why he's talking like that. But it hasn't hit me as hard, you know, as it's hitting Succeed right now, you know. I'm talking about hitting Succeed. He's not doing okay in the head because he's been isolated from the outside world. He hasn't had a girlfriend. He hasn't, you know what I'm saying? He feels worthless, and he's losing his mind, bro. Like, that goes to show that we're not meant to be, you know, solidary. You know, you're not meant to be alone. You're not built and created to be alone. You are meant to be with a woman, bro, and you should never be without a woman. But because of society, how competitive it is, you feel what I'm saying? A lot of guys are gonna struggle getting that connection with a female because of how highly competitive it is in the dating market. We kind of screwed ourselves over, man, with the social media and dating apps and feminism. We kind of like, you know, we threw ourselves under the bus. You feel what I'm saying? We kind of threw ourselves under the bus. You see what I'm saying? So right now he didn't succeed, bro. I hate to say it, man, but he's gonna be another Renegade One, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's heading down a dark path, bro. You know, somebody need to save his ass, bro. But I don't think you could do anything, man. Renegade One committed suicide, or he deleted himself or whatever. He was making videos, but he definitely was a sub-5 dude that females didn't dig, and he was single for years at a time too, man. You know. You feel me? Like I said, my mental shot to the and I'm not bad looking either. It's just when you got motherfuckers on your looks level all around you, man, you know, it's kind of hard to stand out unless you got some money. I see couples going out on dates and stuff like that, man. You know, I see, you know, dudes walking around with a normal life. And right now, I'm not living a lonely life. I'm not living a normal life right now. My My dating life is put on hold. You feel what I'm saying? I don't have a normal life. You know. You know. So right now, he didn't succeed, man. He's on his last legs, man. Right now. Don't be surprised if he doesn't come back to YouTube anymore. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Something's about to happen. Something is about to happen. Dang, I should have got some cotton swabs in my ears. A lot of motherfuckers, they like I said, the mental health has shot to the curve because they ain't been with a woman, they ain't been showed no love, they've been by themselves, isolated from the world. It's like if you're not Chad or Tyrone, women won't even approach you. And then the ones that do approach you, you're not even attracted to them. You know what I'm saying? You know? Yeah, he keep digging himself deeper. Yeah, that's all he knows how to do, man. So some guys, they don't want to go out and compete. They want things to come to the door. But that's not how they treat men, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That's not how they treat. That's not how they treat men. They don't treat men like that. You have to go out. You have to earn yours, man. You have to get rich on your own. You got to go out and get the money and you're on your own. You got to build on your own. You got to. Nothing's gonna come to you, man. And the older you get, the worse it gets, man. You feel what I'm saying? You know, he looks good in live stream. He needs to drop another 40 or 50 pounds. He's not sub 5. Oh, yes, he is. That negative cancel tilt, yeah, he's definitely sub 5. If he's been alone all them years with not even sex or nothing like that, he's definitely sub 5. Yeah, his eye area is jacked. Your eye area can make or break you, man. You feel what I'm saying? You know, because if he was between a 5 or a 7, he would have some hope. But no, to me, he is like a 4 looks, man. Even without the fat, you know. To me, he's like a 4 looks. You know, he like 6 foot. Yeah, it's not. That don't make any difference, man. It's your face. It's what makes or break you. Your face can make or break you. The height, it don't matter. You know, what's his name he in the sixes too, man. Facing LMS. Facing LMS is over 6 foot tall, and he's stuck in incel world. I don't know if he got a brand new girlfriend, but he's stuck. He's stuck like Chuck. You know, all I know, I've been in this situation for like 8 years myself, man, and I have had sex. I have had, it just where I'm living at, man, in the Bay Area, women are so picky, and relationships fall apart so easily out here, man. Women got the pick of the litter out here. Only the men in the 20% are procreating. That's why the birth rate is so goddamn low. They keep on going after men out of their league and shit all the time. You know, women are hypergamous by nature, so they're gonna, go after men that's above them in looks and shit, man. I don't want to settle. I don't want to, women below my looks level. I'm good. We gotta go get some water, bro. My ears is ringing or something. Ugh. We gotta go get some water. Like I told you, my my shit is shot too, man, to the curve. You know. You know, my mental health is shot up. I'm surprised I ain't talking about no demons and shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's get in here and get some water, and then we gotta turn in early. It's about to be 8 o'clock. That one cat, when he come back to my spot, I'm gonna tell him, like, look, I don't want to hear nothing about no government or nothing like that. You can just save it. I don't want to hear that, man. You destroying the vibe out here, bro. I don't want to hear it. I'm just straight up tell him. You can leave, bro. You can find another spot to be in. Nobody's forcing you to be here, man. What's up, man? I'm good. You got Q-tips here? Q-tips?
No. Anything else?
That's it, man.
Food 37. There.
Hold on. What? Thank you. I thought it was a pity. Have a good night. Okay. So I'm gonna get to the spot. We're gonna lay it down and go to sleep early tonight. I don't want to hear nothing this motherfucker got to say. I'm trying to go to sleep tonight. You know, rinse my ear out with water. Okay. All right. And the thing is, with the bag, man. I mean, I could have been gone by now, man. You know, if things would have turned out the way I wanted them to turn out, I probably wouldn't even be here. Matter of fact, I know I wouldn't be here. You know. You know. Yeah, I want a girlfriend. You know. You know. You know, it's just not that easy to get a girlfriend like it used to be. And I'm not the only one talking this, man. You know, there's other guys out here that are struggling to get a woman too, man. You feel what I'm saying? But we gotta always stay ready. We always gotta remain at low percentage body fat. Keep it there, keep working out, stay in shape. Don't let yourself go, you know. And so this dude right here, man, I'm just gonna have to, if he starts talking that shit about being paranoid, this motherfucker, he's definitely on some drugs, man. But tonight, when he starts talking about, yeah, the government after me again, and all that other shit, I'm gonna be like, nah, man, I don't wanna hear that, bro. I'm sorry, bro, I don't wanna hear that. To me, it doesn't make any sense. I don't wanna hear it. Don't talk to me about it, bro. Straight up, I'm gonna tell him straight up. Because I on the outside, I don't see it. So in your head, you might see it, but I don't see it. So I don't want to hear what you got to say, bro. You know, that's it. You know, that guy D, yeah, he mentally crazy, bro. Something wrong with him. Somebody, I was in the Navy, I was in the Army, and I was like, bro, what proof do you have? Are you in the National Guard or are you in what? You in the Army? Which one is it? Because you're just making up all these stories and stuff. Like, you know, I don't want to hear it, man. I'm trying to sleep. Anyway, man, I'm going to end this live, dude. You guys have a good night. I'm done. I'm retiring early tonight. You guys have a good night. I'm out.